to be ready for week 1. Is that what you're hearing?
So I lost IFB, Field. So go ahead and
hopefully you can hear me this time, Mina. Well, Mina, we're going to talk about Dak Prescott and also Joe Burrow in terms of the health in just a minute when Jeff gets his IFB back up. Let's talk about Dak on the field as well for right now. Have the Cowboys done enough to help Dak, which sounds like sort of an odd question to ask given how many points they were scoring when he played last year, but have they?
Yeah. Well, Phil, it's an odd question with an odd answer because normally when we talk about teams helping their quarterbacks, we talk about the offense. Did they get skill players? Did they bolster the offensive line? Dallas didn't do any of that because they didn't have to. They already have a stacked offense. Mm-hmm. Their offensive line is a little bit thin behind the starters, but aside from that, Dak didn't need more wide receivers or, tight ends. I actually think their tight ends are really underrated. What he needed was a competent defense, and that's why Dallas spent their first 6 draft picks on the defense, bolstering the pass rush. Obviously, they spent their first pick on Micah Parsons there. I still have questions about this unit, in particular the secondary. I think a lot of it is going to come down to whether Dan Quinn, their new defensive coordinator, can fix some of the issues schematically we saw last season. But to me, that's the key for Dak Prescott. Not putting him in bad field position, not forcing him to play from behind, complementary football.
Mina is exactly right. I know so often we look at helping quarterbacks by let's get them all these weapons. Well, what weapons do you want to get Dak Prescott? Do you know how Jerry Jones actually helped Dak Prescott? He fought himself. He wasn't on his yacht thinking to himself, I need to jump up and get Kyle Pitts because I want to score more points. He went defense. He got the best defensive player in the draft in Micah Parsons. He also replaced Mike Nolan as the defensive coordinator with Dan Quinn, with superstar young secondary coach Joe Witt. Now you add Kelvin Joseph to the outside, Keanu Neal, KZ in the back end. And so now you have these veteran players to mix with some of these new young guys and edge rushers who get to play the way that they're supposed to and be exactly what we thought they would last year. I think this defense is much improved. And if Dak Prescott comes back in the way that we expect him to, in the way that he told me yesterday on a Zoom call with the NFLPA, if he's ready and if he's firing on all cylinders, this offense will be great. And if the defense can come in and do their part, this could be a team that wins the NFC East.
Of course, a big part of the Cowboys is the health of Dak Prescott. We believe that we have Jeff Darlington back. So, Jeff, both quarterbacks, Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow, have said they're on track for week 1. Is that what you are also hearing yourself?
It is. By the way, Field, it's very awkward to know someone is talking to you on live TV and not be able to hear them. So sorry about that. Dak Prescott, though, much better off than me. He is full go. He is ready to roll. He has made that very clear. A severe ankle injury that he sustained last year, but he really truly believes that he is as close to 100% as he can.
Hey there.
Oh, God damn.
Brandon.
Damn. Sorry, guys.
37 years.
Okay, he's an old ass like me.
He's already participating in OTAs with the Cowboys. Does anticipate full go by training camp.
No ads.
It's
this is broadcast media. We ain't got money for
Dak Prescott. He believes that he will be the guy that he deserves. The guy that got paid, he thinks he can live.
$15 a month. 15.
Unless you're on the family plan.
Man, that's $180 a year.
Hey.
Shit.
Hey, we can get on the family plan.
No, this is broke. No. Listen,
we can get on the family plan. It'll be $3 more for the family plan.
I don't know you.
Hey, we're family.
$3 more a month?
I think it is at the
Man, that's $200.
Live up to those expectations, certainly through the health.
Hey,
I certainly think it paid that much, just for sure. Let's go to the other quarterback we've been discussing here.
If you pay the other 15, then we good.
Joe Burrow. Did the Bengals do enough for Burrow this offseason?
No. And I know it's going to sound crazy because now
I guess we can end this.
And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and now they're just some different stripes of some other type of jungle cat in the Bengal, but it's not what we wanted. Right, it's not what we needed. When the last picture you have of your superstar young quarterback is him getting carted off the field.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes, of course, here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu and Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as all you ladies, and I see you ladies up in here thick. You know what? I wish this was like the numbers, the ratio that we got with all these ladies up in here. Where were y'all back in the day when I used to hang out at the club? You know, because it used to be nothing but, it is kind of like the club. Lots of guys and only a few lovely ladies. But anyway, I appreciate all of you being here. I see Lola. What's up, Lola? Stacy Schubert. What's up, Stacy? How you doing? How you doing? Miss Jackie. How you doing, Miss Jackie? I know I saw. Wait. Who else did I see up in here? Who else did I see in the club, Mike? What other one of our lovely ladies that are in here? Okay, I know I didn't get them all. Okay. Well, I know it is a holiday weekend. Oh, there's Miss Charles. What's up, Miss Charles? Hey, welcome to the club. And Toby, you hating ass.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Why do some people just have to be so full of negativity? I just don't understand it. It's almost insane how hateful and ugly ass some of these people are. So, interesting day. But before I get into our Cowboys, can you guys hear me? Testing 1 2 3. Hello. Can you hear me? Let me do a mic check.
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3. Are you ready?
What? You pounding the table like some breaking news. What?
The Wizards are actually winning for a change.
Oh, man, I don't give a rat's ass about...
I should have put a few more dollars on them, too, before the odds changed.
I care about as much as the Wizards as I care about...
Hey, I like making a few dollars. Hey.
I care about as much as the Wizards as Philly 500 coming for my meats.
But the beat Philly 500's team right now, so... And I like make a few dollars. I can care less about the Wizards, just like you. I like making a few dollars.
Okay, all right. I hope the Wizards win, so that way Philly 500 will be sad. Okay?
Well, he won't be sad because they're winning the series.
All right. Anyway, I don't know if you guys noticed what's going on in here, but it was really cool because I was getting set up for my live stream here, right? I was getting set up, and I was sitting here and I was looking. See, when I look at the stream, I actually see myself. Okay, it's kind of crazy because I'm reversed from what I see because I've got actually the loading up here, but I can also see the clock down here, and it was 101 days, and it was down to like 20 seconds, and it was just counting down, ticking down, boom, and so it was just like bam. We're down to 100 days, 23 hours, 11 minutes, and 40 seconds until we take on Tampa Bay. That's it. Tomorrow this time, it will be under 100. I'm excited, man. It's like the time is flying. Well, actually, I shouldn't be excited about the time flying by because when you're old, you only have so much time left. C.J. Leonard. Oh, man. Okay, to clarify something, I took a clip from last live stream on there where I unwrapped my CJ award. Todd Wilson, super chat.
Yeah, your cutting board's going out tomorrow.
I haven't finished it yet. Oh, okay. I thought we didn't have any more.
No,
okay.
we had more of the small.
Okay. All right. So this is my CJ award. This is actually a gift, but I'm calling it my award. So I called it, my first award. People are like, oh, congratulations. You really deserve it, man. It's not an Emmy. To me, it's like an Emmy. It's probably the closest I'll get to an Emmy, but it's not an Emmy. It's actually a gift from CJ Leonard. Thank you very much. I have so many things that have been given to me by all of you great fans. I appreciate all of the love and support that you guys have done. That's all. I can't wait for the season. I can't wait either. So the question is,
I can't wait for the Hall of Fame.
Well,
to see my man number 88.
That's not long away.
I know. August will be here before you know it.
That's what I'm saying, because tomorrow is June. We talking about 2 months.
I'll be 31 before you know it.
Wow. Yeah. And I'll be 56, which means I'll be in my late 50s, okay? Well, actually, no. 56 is still mid-50s. Okay. 57 would be late 50s.
I mean, you're as old as the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, something like that. Thank you for reminding me how freaking old I am. At least you can't say that, I was old as one of the world championships of the Eagles. Because that's some old shit there.
But the last time they won, wasn't it in 60?
1960, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be Uncle Rondo. Uncle Rondo is like, since the Eagles were world champion. But anyway, interesting thing is, it seems like there's a debate on whether or not the Cowboys are one of the top offenses in the NFL. And it's kind of funny because, they'll look and they'll say, oh, man, well, actually, let me see if I can find it on the Twitter. Let's see. Do I still have it on here?
It all depends on our line.
Okay, so this was actually kind of cool. No, well, it will depend on our line. It also
I'm not saying we'll have good
on Zeke Elliott. It'll depend on quite a few things.
Or running backs or
David Wiley. He said he's ready to start. Well, you ought to be ready for your Joe Barty too, because we got to get that over.
Yeah, because we're just about finished with that one.
So the debate is Dallas Cowboys offense. Are they the top offense in the NFL? Okay, do they have the best offense in the NFL? Right. And it's almost funny because I was reading some of the comments. Okay. So this one guy, Ben over here, Ben says, Dak coming off an injury can either come back to form, meh, or worse, IMO. What is IMO? Well, I don't know what IMO. I don't know the abbreviations. What is IMO?
Yeah, you gotta look it up on Google. That's why.
Yeah, okay. Zeke lost a step. Cooper is meh. Lamb is good. Gallup is good. Lower wide receiver too, but he's definitely a good one. Lucky man is all you need to win the dumpster fire of that division. What a hater, man. I'm not even going to argue with this. I love this. I'm not even going to argue with this goober. You get the award of the day because that guy is a goober. No, Tampa Bay and Ravens are better. Buffalo's better. Chiefs are better. Heck, the Giants' offense could be better if Jones improves. That would be a hate
Now, when he said the Giants, that's why he lost me.
I mean, the Giants were 31st in yardage.
Now, the other teams, I can agree that they're probably better than us, but the Giants.
I hate to say it, Mike. Those 5 games that the Cowboys had where Dak was there, they were averaging 32.6, which is more than Green Bay, which ended up having.
But this,
and that was against good teams.
But this knucklehead said the Giants are better than the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's on crack pipe. He's on the crack pipe.
That's the one I was like, yeah.
No, I can think of 5 teams that have a better offense. Chiefs. But here's the interesting thing for those Chief guys out there. The Chiefs average 28.9 points a game, which is exactly the same number that our defense gave up. The Cowboys under Dak Prescott were averaging 32. So if the Cowboys were averaging 32, Raven SB87, shout out to you, man. In my opinion.
They were working on your trophy too, sir.
You know what? I appreciate that, man. See, I'm not that bright. I don't know all this newfangled shit. Okay.
I don't know what it is either, sir. I gotta look it up every time.
What type of clickbait shit is this? Hell no. What kind of? Okay. In 4 full games Dak played, they averaged 31.5 points a game, which would have had tied for the league lead with the Packers. Also, they averaged 509 total yards per game in those games, which is 98.4 yards higher than the next best team. So, yeah, not clickbait, jackass. Anyway, I could go on. Here's what's crazy. Okay, let's just say this for a second, right, Mike? That the Cowboys games with Dak Prescott, they played the Rams, playoff team. They played Seattle. Was it Seattle?
I don't know.
They played the Browns.
Yeah, we did play the Browns. That one we did.
We played the Giants. We played Atlanta. So I think that was 3 playoff teams that we played. Was it Seattle? Am I wrong?
I had to look up the schedule.
Wait. Let me look at. Hold it.
Look up the schedule and see. I don't know if he played them or not, to be honest.
Let me see. I think it was Seattle. I'm getting old and forgetful.
I'm not sure who we played last year, so I can't.
2021.
Click where it says the arrow. Where it says more. I mean, see more.
They got it backwards, though. I hate it when it's backwards. Isn't? No, it's not backwards.
Yeah.
Rams, Falcons, Seattle. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So in the 5 games that he played in, you had 3 playoff teams: Browns, Seahawks, Rams. Right.
And we almost lost.
Those were playoff teams.
We almost lost.
And so we averaged 32.5 points a game against 3 out of 5 playoff teams. Right.
And we almost lost to the.
So that means you're playing some of the cream of the crop, okay? Right? I'm just saying that we did that, and here's what we did that with. At that point, our offensive line was ranked 29th. We only had Tyron Smith for 2 games. We didn't have Lyle Collins at all. We had Terrence Steele, an undrafted rookie free agent who was still wet behind the ears, getting his first starts. We had Joe Looney go out. We had Tyler Badish come in. So we were literally a shell of an offensive line, and we had Zeke Elliott fumbling like crazy. And we were scoring that kind of points with over 50% of the teams we were playing as playoff teams. So, and you start looking down the line as you started playing some of the other teams.
It was right after the Giants game that Dak Prescott got injured.
Right. He pretty much, they'll say, oh, that wasn't that. Okay.
We won,
they were on cruise control.
No, we won because of Dak Prescott's injury.
But when you start thinking about some of the other teams that we played going down the stretch that weren't as good of teams, like the Bengals, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Giants, and things like that, you would have to think that they would score more points against lesser competition. I would think that. So to me, it's not a stretch to say that the Cowboys offense is one of the better offenses because they were averaging more than Pat Mahomes with a shitty offensive line and a running back that had fumbleitis that looked like a shell of himself. So here's the thing that my hypothesis, and maybe I'm wrong. We can't expect that everybody's going to turn around. We can't look and say that everybody that had a down year or an injured year, from Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Jalen Smith, that all of them are going to all of a sudden turn everything around and be, great years. We can't expect that all to happen, right?
You play injured all the time.
But let's say half of them do. Let's say some of them, let's say Jalen Smith plays like ass. Okay, he doesn't improve. I hate to keep beating up on Jalen Smith because I think Jalen Smith's actually going to turn it around this year.
Let's hope.
I think he's going to feel some pressure to do better. But let's say
he has a bigger target on his back nowadays, number 9.
Well, a lot of people will say that Tyron Smith is done. Oh man, he's done. He can't stay on the field. Well, I would say
in the next 2 to 3 years, I would say so.
Toby.
Yeah.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
I didn't say Dak Prescott was better than Pat Mahomes.
He actually played better than Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't say that. However, our offense was scoring more points than they were. If you want to infer that and try and twist it around one way or the other, by all means, because you know what, Toby. You know what you should do? Oh, actually, Toby, come here, Toby. Come here. Toby, come here. Let me talk to you, man. Let me rap to you. You know what? You know what you should do, Toby? You should start a YouTube channel. Seriously. Call it Toby's I Hate Everybody and Everything. Don't you think that would be a good channel, Mike? Toby, I hate Dak Prescott and everything that the Cowboys do, even though I'm a Cowboy fan. If you do, Toby, start a YouTube channel, I'll be more than happy to bring you on here and promote your channel. I'd be more than happy to. All right? And until you do, why don't you?
Enough is enough.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Everybody strap in. I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, Joseph Collin, haven't seen you in a while. Joseph, you're coming in this month, aren't you? Coming to DC? I want to definitely hook up with you, bro. Hey, oh yeah, right. I hit the wrong
You know what I'm
button.
saying? Like real hate, man, that's like an art.
Hit the wrong
form, man.
button.
You know, it's like you like a born a hater, you know, like myself, man. You know, a lot of cats think they hate, but man, I mean, I'm mad, you know, I'm mad at everything, man. You know, brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got one car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? That's played out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
Let me ask a real question. Mike, would you listen to a doctor and take the advice of a doctor who lost his doctor's license, was sued for malpractice, right? Would you take advice from a doctor if you knew that? Would you listen to him? If he'd say, you know what, Mike, here's what you need to do. You need to cut out blah, 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 and you need to go blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay, I'm just saying, I can't think of what the doctor would tell you to do. But if you knew that doctor failed before, would you listen to him?
I wouldn't even go to him.
You wouldn't go to him? You wouldn't trust him? You wouldn't believe what he said? Huh. Here's an interesting thing. I saw this today and I had to chuckle a bit. Through the first 7 years of their career.
Of whose career?
These quarterbacks, of all quarterbacks, since the NFL went to a 16-game season, the 2 quarterbacks that were part of the most losses in that history, that time frame, Derek Carr with 63 and his brother David Carr with 56.
But he played when there was 13 games?
No, 16 games. David Carr, he played for the Texans.
I know that the Texans are trash.
he played for the Texans.
You can't count the Oilers because they're in Tennessee right now.
No, he played for the Texans, you know.
And you can't count the Chiefs either. Which
is why when we see Eastside Harold in here, yeah. And he's always like, oh, the Cowboys stick.
And his only Hall of Famer left Texas.
Yeah, well, okay. Ass and face. I'm not going to say he's a Hall of Famer because he hasn't been elected. His caption is in there with the button in his face.
The Pro Football Hall of Fame. The one thing you have in there.
But that was 2013. There may be some other Texan stuff there now. You know, they had Hopkins. He did some amazing things.
We'll find out when we go.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely find out during the Hall of Fame. So the amazing thing to me is, have you noticed how so many of the experts are failed quarterbacks? We had so many people. Remember when Dak Prescott went to NFL Experience and David Carr was doing the Carnival Sideshow? You know, where he had been practicing and working on it all week and everything. I know he was in there. So when Dak came in there cold and they were trying to hit the targets, you know, everybody, oh, David Carr, man. See, we should get him and sign him instead of Dak Prescott. He's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Really? Really? So this guy, second most losses in his career, is now going to try and tell you how and what the Cowboys are doing wrong. That's the doctor who lost his license. And let's take another one of these. Dan the Man Orlovsky.
Can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint. And I probably am guilty of this. Can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint.
So lowlife, hating ass people get their advice from doctors that have been sued for malpractice. Toby? Is that who you listen to? Right? That's where you get your information from. Guys that have been bums and failures. So, not only given a second contract, had multiple opportunities. He ended up getting jobs all over the place. Hell, I bet, he played for what, 9 years? 9 years, yeah. Now, I'm not going to say that the Texans being a new franchise and not being able to block for him didn't exactly help him any, but still. The way guys like Toby are, well, it doesn't matter the Cowboys' offensive line was 29. It doesn't matter that Zeke Elliott was a shell of himself. It didn't matter that the Dallas Cowboys defense was ass. It's only Dak Prescott's fault. 5-time champ just called Mahomes, Jackson. I wouldn't. Okay, I didn't say they were below average. I'd say they're all very good. The amazing thing is what you guys don't seem to understand is there's no quarterback out there that wins 100% of the games. Even Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, has been to the NFC Championship teams 4 times and only won 1. In fact, back-to-back last year, and couldn't get them in to score to the point where his coach said, I know I got the bad man Aaron Rodgers, but I'm going to kick the field goal instead because I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can do it, so I'm going to kick the field goal and hope our defense can stop him. And that's with Aaron Rodgers. So, I'm just putting it out there. The reality is football is crazy. Where's Mark? Lola, where's Mark? What do you mean? I'm right here. Lola, I'm right here. Right here, Lola. Right here. Gina, what's up, Gina? See, another one of our lovely ladies have joined the club. Don't start the family warning you. What, am I missing something here? Toby, I think Philly 500 would love you as an Eagle fan. Oh, do I need to do Philly 500? Okay. Here's an interesting piece here. I must, they say we're delusional, right? That Cowboy fans are crazy. And here's what I've tried to do. I've tried to temper my expectations for the Cowboys. What do you think the Cowboys are going to do this year, Mike?
We're winning the division.
Okay. And what else? You're not going to say they're going to the Super Bowl? Really?
I don't think they're ready for the Super Bowl. Even though I got money on them to win the Super Bowl.
I put money on it because, heck, it was 20-1 odds. So it's like that $100 can come $2,000 real quick. What's $100 to gamble?
I put 30 on it. It would be like $200.
Okay. And I put 100 on.
Because they're like middle of the road.
You know how happy I would be if we won that?
Now.
Because I would go out to the MGM and cash that in. And we'd have a weekend in Vegas.
Now, the Texans, if you bet on the Texans and somehow they go to the Super Bowl, you're going to make bank. Because they're
sucker bet.
I'm not putting money on the Texans.
Don't even say it's a bet. Say, look, just go to Vegas and say, look, here, just take my money. I don't need a ticket because my Texans ain't going to win. Just take my money.
I'll put $1 on them if I can make 100 off of it. Even though it's unlikely that they're going to win.
Okay, Toby. Okay, you know what? Hey, Toby. You don't have to be here hating, man. I mean, what team do you like, Toby? You can't be a Cowboy fan. You can't be. Nobody. We in here, our group, we're talking amongst friends and stuff, and you come in and crash the party and everything else. Don't come into a party you weren't invited to and tell us what to do in our own party, in our own house. You go do what you want to do in your house, okay?
Bye, Felicia.
Damn. Here it is. Memorial Day. And somebody just want to just be an ass. I know what it is. His mama didn't give him attention when he was a baby. And his mom, and that's why he hates the world.
Where's your daddy?
But see, Albert, you're right. I would spend $100 on the Cowboys, but won't spend $180 for YouTube Red. I can watch the commercials. I can 5 seconds and click on it. That's free.
I can get the family plan.
I ain't wasting my money. What?
I get the family plan with the share.
But that's you wasting your money.
Yeah, but I like not watching the commercials.
Listen, man. They need to make money too.
I understand that, but I don't want to.
These companies need to advertise. They need to make money.
I don't want to.
You fucking up the economy by doing that.
I don't want to see all political commercials on my YouTube.
I don't get any political. What are you talking about?
I don't want to see a lot of the commercials.
Evidently, that's what you end up looking at because the commercials are catered to what you've searched in there.
That and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. It's like, nah, I don't need to see commercials.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I don't really pay that much attention to the ads. The only thing I pay attention to is looking at that clock counting down.
Well, also
5,
too,
4, 3, 2, click.
Also
okay,
too,
I'm out of there.
No, also too, when I'm driving, if I listen to when when I do my good comedy stuff, if I'm listening to an hour YouTube video, I can listen to it without having the video on, which makes sense though. I can listen to it like a podcast.
Son, in my time, see, you spoiled. You don't understand.
Hey, but it's,
no.
It's a tax write-off too.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay. See, in my age, we had NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox before Fox was Fox. Okay, and then we had like the UHF channels. So you had like Channel 20 and Channel 50. All right, and we didn't have a remote control. You had to physically go over to the TV and push the button. And it had when you push the button, you can see the dial. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So when a commercial would come on, if you wanted to skip the ad, you had to go over and push the button. But you couldn't just push and then go backwards. It only went one way. So when you push the button, you were pushing literally for about a minute and a half to get back to that channel that you were trying to skip the ad. So you watched the ads. Or you went to the bathroom. You got your dad a beer. At least now you got a remote control. You go, okay, I'll go to something else till then. Or you got the DVR. Oh, I got to ask you something. Grandma, I was over at my parents' house today. Went to see my brother and stopped by my parents' house. She has a PlayStation that is brand new in the box that's like 30 years old. One of the original ones that actually used a disc. Is it worth anything? It's not? It's not a collectible?
Because the PlayStation 2 plays the PlayStation 1 games. No, I'm just saying
but it's old. So you're saying old is worthless?
Well, the PS1 is not worth anything because the PS2 is backwards compatible.
Okay, but it doesn't have a 1 or 2 on it. It just says PlayStation. So it's like the first ones. So you're saying it's not worth anything?
I mean, the original one might be, but I really don't know.
I think what he's saying, you see, I'm gonna do like you haters do. I think he just said I'm worthless because I'm old. Because he said that old PlayStation is worthless. So he's saying that he just said I'm worthless.
My first console was PlayStation.
Okay,
and I was little.
So it's worthless.
I mean, I don't know about the original one, but people don't buy the PlayStation 1 because you can play the PlayStation 1's.
I know you got to have the disc to go in it.
Yeah. But the PS2, you could play most of the PlayStation 1's library.
All right. Look, Cowboys execution said, "I'll buy it." Worthless. Okay.
It's not worthless because a lot of people buy them. So I mean,
take it in more. Okay. So are you saying my Rock'em Sock'em Robot's worthless?
No.
Huh? I got $15.
Yeah, but that's
it means a lot to me.
That's a collectible.
Is it?
Because they don't make toys like that anymore.
You mean like see that was real toys. Okay. So back to Philly 500. See, we got hating asses like Toby. And again, I don't know what team Toby supports. He might be in one of them crazy ass Texans fans because it seemed like they really crazy. They done lost their mind. But they talk about us Cowboys fans as being delusional. I want you to listen to this real quick. This is fun. This is fun.
He's delusional because they're gonna be in the.
Hold on, listen.
Right the way.
Hey, everybody,
I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there, mother humpers. Every Eagle fan should be really, 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 really excited about our future because our future, we are about to build a powerhouse. We are about to build a powerhouse, possibly. This is going to depend on if the Eagles and their front office can draft the right players.
If they can draft the right players.
Develop the right players.
Develop
them. And sign the right players. But when you look at the assets, what the Eagles have in the future, they're going to have possible, 3 first-round picks next year? 3 first-round picks. I think 10 total picks. Probably going to be much more than that before it's all said and done. You trade Zach Ertz. I don't know if they'll get any compensatory picks or anything like that.
CJ.
We'll see how that goes. But when you look at the Eagles, just from a draft pick perspective, mother humpers, look, the Eagles, they have a possibility to load up, especially if Jalen Hurts is the guy. If Jalen Hurts is the guy, and you can use those 3 first-round picks, let's say you have 3 first-round picks. Let's say one of them is fairly low, one of them is middle of the first round, one of them is at the end of the first round. If you have a possibility where you could,
you have a possibility.
Not have to use it on the quarterback, right? Let's say you can go cornerback, and then defensive end, and then offensive lineman, or even another defensive player. The Eagles would be locked and loaded. Not only that. Hear me out. The NFL announced yesterday that the cap ceiling is going to be about $208 million in 2022. If that cap gets anywhere near that, and that's the ceiling, that's as high as the cap could be next year, okay? But if it's anywhere near there, you're talking, the Eagles are going to have about 40 to 50 million mother-humping bucks.
But you forgot about something, Philly. You forgot about something. You got Howie Roseman.
I fire Howie. Fucking fire him. Motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid.
Oh,
I fire his ass. I fire his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him. You.
Oh, Phil. Okay, so so that's where I was asking Mike, what you thought the Cowboys were going to do this season? Because we always have.
I think they're going to win the division.
What you weren't with me when I went to the dump on Friday, or was it? No, Sunday. Yesterday. It was yesterday.
I was out of town seeing family.
I went to the dump, and when I went in there, the guy was like, "Oh hell no, you can't dump anything here." I was like, "What do you mean?" And I looked at my shirt. I said, "Because I'm a Cowboy fan." He said, "Hell yeah." I'm like, "Come on, man. Listen." I said, "You Washington." He said, hold on. I'm not a Washington fan. He said, "I'm a Jet fan." I'm like, well, what the hell is your problem? You ain't got a dog in the fight. Why you coming after me like that? He said, "Because a lot of my friends are Cowboy fans, and every year they talking about they ready to go to Super Bowl."
They have a good record against the
so
Eagles.
I'm not going crazy and saying, "Oh, we going to do." I'm not doing it. Listen, I look at it and I say, I think we got a good chance to win the division. I look at it from statistical basis. Nobody's repeated since 2003, 2004. Washington was a 7-9 team. Nobody has won the division and won more games the next year. If that holds true, then I don't think 7-9 is going to win the division again. I look at it and say, as bad as our team was, we only were 1 game behind Washington. 1 game. They were 7-9. We were 6-10. It's not a stretch that if we get, Trent Williams, get Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins back to the offensive line isn't going to be better, right? And I know you're saying, but yeah, is Tyron Smith going to come back? I want to give an example.
Well, you need to start looking for his replacement. I think got 2
years left. Maybe
2 to 3 years.
But here's an interesting thing, because the Washington football team, apparently back in 2013, Trent Williams had this growth or something on his head. The team doctor said, it's nothing to worry about. But what it actually was a rare form of cancer that kept growing. This is the reason why he wanted to get out of it.
That guy needs to be fired.
Well, yeah.
If you're saying that there's nothing to worry about and I got a lump on my head.
Right. That was like some of the shows you were watching and stuff where guys are playing with all the concussions and everything else.
Dark side of football.
Yeah, where they're like, it's fine, rub some dirt on it, you'll be okay. But when you looked at Trent Williams, because you could go through in 2014, 15 games, 2015, 14 games, 2016, 12 games, 2017, 10 games, right? You look at that and say, man, that guy's going downhill fast. 2018, he only played 13 games, right? And then held out because of, you heard that he has a growth on his head that was cancerous. So you're looking at a guy that was perennially injured.
But they have one of the worst doctors in the league.
Well, I understand that, but you're missing my point, though, son.
He got an infection, too.
My point is, regardless of whether it was the Washington doctors or not, the point is he looked like he was going downhill fast. He goes to San Francisco and becomes a Pro Bowler again. So all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, and gets paid this offseason and ends up playing 14 games. So from the standpoint of that, you look at that and say, well, Tyron Smith didn't have cancer on his head and the other multitude of injuries that Trent Williams had, he came back and played a really great season. You might have that effect with Tyron Smith. The fact that Tyron Smith is actually back working in OTAs as well as Lyle Collins. And Lyle Collins, they said part of the problem with him last year was when he got to training camp that he was overweight, and because he was overweight, he ended up straining his hips.
Well, so he slimmed down. Almost a year off.
Yeah. To recover, he goes to California in the offseason and works.
We'll see if that has anything to do with it, but he's been consistently missing games.
Well, but my point being is he only played in 2 games last year. If he plays in half the games this year, that's already a major improvement there. And we got guys like Ty Nsekhe, that are at least guys that have some experience and stuff. Even Terrence Steele now has 13 games under his belt because of what happened last year. So to me, from that standpoint, it'll be better. And when I look at Zeke, and this is where we get, called the Cowboy fans are delusional. But looking at Zeke has slimmed down and he's working on some different moves to be a little more elusive. And actually, I think losing some of that weight may make it better. And it sounds like the Cowboys are looking at doing 60-40% with him and Tony Pollard, which I think would be great.
Tony Pollard played better.
Now, another one of these things that was interesting. What's that?
I said Tony Pollard played better when Zeke was fumbling and doing all his stuff.
Well, the interesting thing with Tony Pollard is Tony Pollard,
he's more of a wide receiver.
You don't load up the box when Tony Pollard's in there. And Tony Pollard played more on third down, which we're passing down.
He's also more of a wide receiver.
Well, he's a better pass catcher than Zeke Elliott is. Right. So you're going to see an offense that's going to be dynamic. But Adam Shine is actually saying he thinks that Zeke Elliott would win the rushing title.
Let me ask you this question.
What's that?
How many titles does Saquon Barkley have?
Saquon Barkley only has like 2,200 yards in his career. To me, he's getting close to that bust level. Oh, if he doesn't have a really good season this year, you got to start saying it was a waste. In fact, this is where the NFL kind of evolves. It used to be running backs were what you always drafted early because that's what the NFL was predicated on.
Got drafted.
Well, and then it kind of got away where you ended up getting guys like Morris from Washington. He was a 6th-round pick.
Yeah, but
that most running backs were later-round picks until Zeke and Todd Gurley and
Zeke was the first. I think was on the
Barkley
first ones to get drafted.
But I think you're going to start seeing that those running backs are going to be moving back down some. And you're also seeing that wide receivers with Julio Jones, they're now talking. Originally, they said they wanted a number 1 for Julio Jones. Now they're saying, we want a hard 2. And we want you to take the money. So right now, it's not so much about the draft compensation as they're just trying to save money. They want somebody to take on that salary, and that's why they'll say, we'll take a hard 2. I bet you if somebody says, we'll take his salary, but we'll give you a 3, that I bet you they jump on it. Because I think what they're looking at is Kyle Pitts is going to be the replacement for Julio Jones, who, of course, will be a lot cheaper. And I think you're not seeing the wide receivers valued as high as they used to be. It's more like a plug and play. We can just draft another guy, keep him for a few years and stuff and not pay him, let him go on someplace else and draft another wide receiver because tight ends are really becoming key.
I mean, we did draft a wide receiver late in the draft.
And quarterbacks. So it's kind of evolving. Tyron is a greater player, but we all know he's going to last. He's not going to last all season, and when he's hurt, our whole season goes down. I'm praying he can stay healthy. I think
that was more than just Tyron Smith, but
I mean, last year.
But that's what
had it just been Tyron Smith, we would have been okay. But we didn't even get Lyle Collins out there. I think you actually saw Connor Williams actually playing better last year, quietly. You know, he's never been that lights out offensive lineman, but he was steady all last year. You still got Zach Martin. Tyler Badish has had now a year to go ahead and grow, develop, and learn. He's going to be better. And if Lyle and Tyron, you know, like I said, if it ends up being that Ty Nsekhe ends up playing a few games for Tyron Smith, I'm okay with that. I think he would be a better backup than the guy we had from New England last year. What was his name? Shit. And then, of course, there's Brandon Knight. Brandon Knight is actually not a bad offensive lineman.
I mean, we did draft an offensive tackle.
Right.
That could probably play rotational.
Exactly. So we are better able to absorb. You don't want to, but we're better able to absorb that. I still think that Zeke Elliott is going to be a man on a mission this year to turn his stuff around because I hate to say this, but this is almost like an audition year for Zeke because the Cowboys basically can walk away after next year without Zeke. So Zeke needs to perform if he wants to remain as a Cowboy.
Last year he didn't show me anything worth him staying on the team.
Oh my goodness. Oh, she's always a lady to me. I have not seen always a lady in a while. What's up? Always a lady. Every time we end up spinning and doing the drawing, I think of you. I'm hoping Tyron Smith makes it far this season. Alan Williams, Alan, you know.
I mean, he had about a year off. So, I mean, we'll see if that helps. It was his longevity this season.
So interestingly enough, though, so Adam Stein thinks that Zeke Elliott could get the rushing title. And you look at it and say, but we got all these wide receivers. Here's what I like about the offense. This is what I've been dreaming and hoping that it would become, that Hydra. Hydra, you know what I mean? Hydra, multi-headed beast, right? You know, it's Greek mythology. You cut off one head, another head grows up in its place. But it's all these different heads coming after you. If the Cowboys, I think instead of trying to run on first down all the time and establish the run, I'm going the other direction. I'm actually using my passing game to set up the run. And I know you're saying, what kind of madness is that? No. Listen, I want to put you on your toes from play one. I want to stretch out the field. Okay? I got Amari Cooper. I got CeeDee Lamb. I got Michael Gallup. I got Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin. I got Tony Pollard. You know what? We're going to go man on man on all you guys out there, and I'm going to take my quarterback, and I'm going to let him distribute the ball. Let me wear you guys down. Let you guys have to run and chase us. Because you know what? You can't cover all those guys. Not unless you're going to start having some defensive linemen in double coverage. I'll take one-on-one on Amari, Gallup, CeeDee, and Blake Jarwin every day. One-on-one. Let me be one-on-one on them. I'm throwing the ball. Boom. I'm trying to score quickly. I'm trying to make you one-dimensional. I'm trying to boom, 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 boom. I'm trying to hit you and knock you out early. Jump on your ass. Score a whole bunch of points. And then you know what I'm going to do? After we done had the sprinting game, I'm going to slow this shit down. I'm going to pound the rock, and I'm going to pound you into submission. I'm going to pulverize you and get my big offensive lineman to lean on you. Because after you've gotten the defensive coordinator going crazy trying to stop this video game, we're going to slow it down. These guys are out of breath. They're exhausted. We're going to push and run ahead. And that's where Zeke Elliott gets those yards. We're going to pound the rock in the second half. We're going to control the clock. We're going to have a lead. And then we're going to have our defense be able to pin their ears back because the other team is now one-dimensional trying to catch up. My defense knows I'm going, hey, look, we're rushing the quarterback. They ain't going to run. They're behind. Am I crazy? That's what I would do. What would you do? You know, Jason Garrett, first down, let's run Zeke Elliott.
That's what they're doing last year.
Lose 2 yards, gain a yard.
We were doing the same thing last year.
2nd and 11, 2nd and 8. No, listen, I just paid my quarterback the second highest contract in the NFL. I'm putting it in his hands. He's my new moneymaker. Mark sounds better than Dan Campbell and his talking about cannibalism. Come on, man. Not Dan Campbell. Not Dan Campbell. Come on, man. I didn't talk about biting them off at the kneecaps or something. Man, I told you that, man. I'm stretching the field. Because here's the problem. When you don't stretch the field out, when you start getting everything up tight, it's easier to stop you. You go ahead and have Michael Gallup play one going down the field. You're now worried about, they're going deep. Cornerbacks, safeties, all those guys got to fly downfield. That makes it easier for your running back to run. So he's not having to deal with 8 men front, 8 men in the box. That's when now I start running Zeke. Then I go and throw a little bit of Tony Pollard. Quick hitting screen on the outside. Make those big nasties have to run all over the field. Wear them out. That's how you got to do. You got to figure out a game plan with what you have weapon-wise. We have, listen, arguably the best wide receiving core in the NFL. Use them mother humpers until they can stop it. Yep, you got to loosen that thing up. That's right, Paul. You got to loosen that thing up, man. You can't have that shit all tight. You got to loosen it on up. Let's do first. Paul, I wouldn't even mind seeing him going no huddle. Wear him out. You're a young team now. Wear him out. Mark, how does Aaron Rodgers in Denver sound? I'd be happy for him to go to the AFC, but, Green Bay is still adamant that we're not trading him. Well, it might be that Aaron Rodgers says, well, you know what, mother humpers, I ain't showing up, so do what you want to do.
He can afford the hit.
Is he sleeping? Who, Mike? He doesn't look tired. You tired, Mike? Okay. Even if Zeke isn't doing the best, give it to Pollard. Well, that's where they're looking at this kind of evolving it so it's not just Zeke every down and all that. But here's what's interesting, because I actually hadn't looked at the numbers for the running backs. I didn't realize that Derrick Henry actually had 2,000 yards last year.
Who?
Derrick Henry. For the Titans.
Oh, for the Titans. I thought you were talking about for Dallas Cowboys.
No, Derrick Henry. But here's the thing. Bad things usually happen to a running back when they get 2,000 yards. They usually the next year drop a lot. I mean, a lot. So if that's the case, Derrick Henry might be around 1,300 yards. Number 2 was Dalvin Cook at like 1,500 and some yards. So it's not actually out of the realm of possibility that Zeke could end up getting his 3rd rushing title. I'm not saying that he's going to, but if you play football the way I'm kind of talking about, that could be a possibility, because you get a lead, then you start pounding the damn rock, slow the clock down. CD will end up as the number 1 receiver for Dallas. What's up, Mike? Jeff Lee says, what's up, Mike? They fall off a cliff. That's Danny. That's what I'm saying. Derek J's video. You got to loosen that thing up. Pause. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. You got to loosen that thing up. Pause. Okay. Shout out to you. Oh, shit. No, he didn't. But, if you are loosening things up, you got to make sure that everything's edged up real good, right? Have you been using your Manscaped, man? I've been listen. I'm too old to be shaving my balls. Okay, I'm just too old overall.
But see, you're married.
Well, true. Okay, but I've been using mine to edge up my face because listen. I'm telling you, it's a great edger. I have not used a razor blade or shaving cream, and I haven't had any hair bumps because I edged. Look at that. I still put that. And I got my hair cut too. I don't know if y'all noticed it.
I got my cut on Monday.
Next Monday?
That's right.
Max Amaras? Do you still want Richard Sherman? No, I don't need Richard Sherman. No, I don't. You know what? Shout out to you on. Oh.
Take the money out, all of it.
Thank you for taking that money out. Okay. Do I want Richard Sherman? No. Here's what I look at. Fast and physical. The Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be fast and physical. Okay. Now, you know what's not physical? It's not. You don't have to get that physical when you're using that Manscaped because it just glides. It just glides, and it's got light on it. Although, it's kind of, you can't really see anything. But still. But you know what, though? The light could come in handy if you're using it on somebody else. Maybe you could make it one of those bow chicka bow wow. I'm just saying, you shave me, I shave you. I'm just saying because you do have the light.
No, you get your own Manscaped, and we could.
Oh yeah, right. Maybe
it's called Manscaped, but you could.
I wonder if they have a pink one for the ladies.
They don't, but
okay. Well,
but even though it's called Manscaped, the ladies can use it too.
Is it like the Irish Spring commercial? Strong enough for a man, but I like it too. But I'm just saying, you can do what you want. All I can tell you is you can cut close and it don't cut the skin, and it'll make you look good. I know what some of you. I know what some of you are looking at. Some of y'all saying, "Yeah, he's a dickhead. Yeah, it's perfect for his Manscaped." Okay, yeah, stupid joke. Anyway, back to it. Time is flying by here. So we see how fast and physical they are when they put Brady on his back. Well, you know that they won't actually be able to touch Brady. We know that, right? Nobody gets to touch Tom Brady. But
Cam Newton too. No, because he was getting.
No, they tattooed Cam Newton up in New England.
Well, he was getting those calls in the beginning of the season. He was getting the calls at the beginning of the season, and he was smiling ear to ear, and that's when Tom Brady was getting tattooed.
Well, Raymond, here's the thing on the backup situation here. I'm sorry, let me change cameras here. On the backup situation, here's, I think, their philosophy. Let me ask you this, Raymond. What backup out there do you say, oh, my God, we got to have him because he can win some games? Is there a backup out there right now that you look at and say, there's a guy we can win some games? Because you could look at Andy Dalton, who was a backup for us, right? No, you're laughing.
Andy Dalton was a joke.
You're laughing, but he got $11 million, and at first they were like, he's going to be our starter. So if you are any good at all, you're going to be a starter in the NFL.
And then they traded with the Giants and got a quarterback.
Carson Wentz was a backup last year. He got a starting gig, right? He became the backup quarterback. He got a starting gig. I don't know that I want him for a backup.
That's more because of his attitude more than anything else.
But, regardless, what I'm saying is there's not a backup quarterback. You say, oh, my God, we got to go get him. So the Cowboys are actually looking at it from the standpoint of saying, instead of just grabbing some guy off the street who might be a little bit better than the guys we have, at least Double G played for us last year. He's at least practiced. He at least knows the playbook. At least Ben DiNucci, who, was a deer in the, caught in the headlights and was screwed over because they didn't actually do a real game plan for him.
Yes, I always do some
at least plays. He has been here now and has a chance to work with the system and get to know the other players. So I think that they probably won't sign another quarterback as a backup because, let's face it, all of them are journeymen that are ass. If they were any good, they'd be a starter. So why take the reps from the guys at least who know your system, try and coach them as much as possible as you can, and pray that you don't need them That's what I agree with that 100%. Garrett, Double G actually played pretty decent when he got the chance. I wanted him to continue to play instead of Andy Dalton because I looked at it and said, Andy Dalton's going to go someplace else. We're not making the playoffs with Andy Dalton. Let me get the young guys playing and get them some experience. But the Cowboys said, nah, we're going with Andy Dalton. Yeah, he's our guy.
Yeah, could look like Jason Garrett.
Danny Savage, why am I the only one that can see that talent? He played a good game. He really did. He's committed to football, Brother Allen. Don't worry about him rapping. He's locked in. You know, the funny thing is you can't do football 24 hours a day. In fact, I almost think about, like when we at JMU, we actually went to school, sometimes, class, but we were always like shooting hoops after practice or playing spades or smoking some weed. Did I say that? I'm sorry. Okay. Or hanging out at the swimming pool or, going to parties and dances. So it wasn't like 24 hours a day you are studying the playbook, that everything you are doing is football. You need something to get your mind off of practice. You need your mind, to be able to do something else to get you away from it. So how is it different for him doing rap than it is him going playing PlayStation? Right? How is it any different than him going, to concerts? It's just something you're doing on the side. This whole thing of
who are we even talking about?
One of the players we drafted. Only a few times, man. Only a few times, and I was forced. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But it's legal now.
Well, it's legal now. Well, back in the day, it wasn't legal, but it was everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. Tebow sucks. He hasn't played for so many years, and Zeke is better than Who said Tebow is better than Zeke?
I know.
Oh my God.
Tebow. I was like, come on.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I saw that Tebow talking.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. All right, with that one said, Tebow is better. Yeah, that's somebody real.
The team, he's only there for rotation.
Well, thank you, Paul. It's different. It's tall on top, it's short on the sides. And if I let it get dry, it looks like Kid and Play with the high top fade. Boss man fat. Smoke weed every day. Nah, not me. I don't even hardly drink. Oh my goodness. D2W Stu. Stu comes Saturday. We're going to be doing something special with D Stu. D Stu, I call him an expert. He said, I'm not an expert. You're just real good. You are real good because you came in and you kicked ass. I mean, you kicked that ass on my wife's fantasy football team. You took the trophy. You smacked that ass. You ran them mother humpers over. And so, Stu is going to try and take my fantasy football hating ass and teach me. And if he can teach me to like fantasy football and to understand it, he certainly can teach you. What, the Wizards winning?
No, they won.
The Wizards won? How much money did you win?
$10.
That's it. How much money did you put on it for $10? $3. $3. You got 10.
That's because I didn't trust them to win.
That's like going to play back. I'm gonna bet $5 when I play blackjack. Man, okay, so you got blackjack. You got $7.50. Come on, man, put some money on it. If you're gonna gamble.
Yeah, I'll gamble on my.
At least do 6.
I'll gamble on my Dallas Cowboys. I ain't gamble on the Wizards because they're kind of
flaky. Okay, so what's the score? I mean, how many games are Philadelphia up on?
It's 3-1.
3. Oh, the series over. Okay,
yeah, all right. At least I got $10 out of it, so I can't complain.
D2 or Stu, I'm just a guy who's been playing since 2001 and knows a guy who has a day job with a voodoo doll. But back to this whole thing. Okay, if you really want to do something, You can do it. I work constantly. I think, well, I don't know. I think I do pretty good with YouTube. Not only doing the broadcast, being the guy who's building the set and doing all this shit and having the vision, but I also get creative with the shit because people call up and say, hey, I like what you do, but can you do something? Because I want something different. Because I got this table. I haven't shown it yet because I don't want him to see it. But my friend Richard said, hey, yo, see, Richard's got this deep voice. He said, yo, Mark, I want you to, I want a contract with you to build a table for my TV. It's an 86-inch TV. And so I need it to be 22 inches off the ground and, 6 feet across. But I want you to get creative with it. It's like, okay. So I have come up with the ultimate. I think it's cool. Except for the colors being, black and yellow. But it's unique. So I focused in on being able to do YouTube, and we all know how many videos I do a day. I can do that. Tomorrow I'm going down the road because I'm trying to get built on the red brick house. So to say that, oh, this guy does rap music, so, he's not focused on football, that's bullshit. Because every one of those players are focused on something else as well as football. And none of you mother humpers spend every waking moment on your goddamn job. Don't give me that shit. Because it's 4:49. 4:49. One more minute. I'm out of here. Boom. You do that. So don't act like you go home. I'm working on my job, man. I'm focusing on, I am laser focused on my job. Get the fuck out of here with that stuff, man. Come on. Stop bullshitting the bullshitter. Okay? No, you can't do that. Big studio on the hill soon. Nah, Johnson. This is big enough for me right here. The only thing I wish were bigger is I wish I had more space for more of my Cowboy stuff. Because, I don't know where. I don't want to leave this outside on the studio like my truck here. This is a collect. Right. This is a collect.
You got number 3.
I got number 3 of 277. Over here. I think I'm going to give this away in the very near future. This is actually a Doomsday Defense autograph because we got Larry Cole, George Atkins, Jetro Pugh, and Bob Lilly's signature on it. So I think I'm going to give that away for a special gift. Maybe that'll be I could do that for the Hall of Fame. Something like that. But I'm thinking about it. That's going to be hard to let go, but I'm thinking about it. Maybe I can find something else similar to it when they have the show in July. Anyway, Mike, you ready to do this drawing? You ready to do this? Oh, here we go. All right. Shout out to everybody who did a super chat. Everybody who's done a super chat here, I appreciate that. And Mike is going to do the drawing right now for a Joe Barty. James loved your man cave. You're the one that had all the blue chairs, right? Yeeside in this chat. Where are we looking up, Jessica?
Not again.
Who? If it's Todd Wilson, you got to pick another one. Who? We need to have a rule about if you've been a winner.
I'll let you.
Wait.
I'll let you.
Okay, Ravens just won last week, so pick another one. Pick another. I'll send him something else besides the Joe Barty. Okay. Have you sent his yet?
I don't even have his information. And we have to.
He emailed.
We got to paint.
Okay, we'll put something else in there with that. Okay.
He super chats a lot too.
I know, but I can't. Look, I can't send them too. We got to spread the mojo here. Okay.
I understand that too, but I can't help it. People super chat a lot.
No, we appreciate it. No, we'll put something else in there for him. I got something in mind for him. Just let me. His wait a minute. What color scheme did Raven get? Huh? Okay. All right. If it's it better not be Ravens blue again. Look,
no, it's not. This guy's gonna be happy there.
Who is it? Was it David Wiley again? No, you can't get my cousin either. Come on, man.
He's super chat a lot. Too.
I know he's not even here. Okay, listen, because I got people saying it's rigged. It's rigged.
Not rigged.
Okay, if you want a Joe Barty, okay, we had to send you something else. Damn it. Damn. Come on, Mike. Are you mixing these things up? Damn. What?
Philly D.
Nah, Philly. Look.
I mean, but he super chats a lot too.
Okay. So we haven't even got his out the door yet. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
As soon as you get
all these guys have won one already. So if you've won one, you can't win another one again. You have to get something else. What we'll do is we'll put them on some other merchandise or something. Oh, jeez.
I can't help it if you super chat a lot, you get better odds.
Then he says, "Fuck Philly." Okay, AJ Boomer. All right, AJ Boomer is the winner. Okay, the Joe Barty trophy is for my father, and I will give it to him for Father's Day. Oh man, that's cool, Raven.
Yeah. We just have to paint one for you, so
we'll get it painted. We got it. I mean, it's just straight blue, right?
That's what he said.
Okay, so AJ Boomer is the winner of our Joe Barty for tonight. You other ones, Raven, we're going to put a couple other things in there for you. Eddie, my cousin, I'll get him. Philly D, fuck Philly. Fuck Philly.
No, Philly D's cool people.
You haven't sent, that's the blue agreement.
So
okay.
If I get that, we can send.
I think I've got that in a text. Okay, so Philly, and we'll put something in there for Philly. We'll put a turd. We'll put a turd in there for him. That's what we did. David Wiley, David?
No, you didn't win. Sorry.
He won before.
No, not. No, I thought you were talking about tonight.
No, but we still got his out there. We got to get to him.
Oh yeah.
Do we have to deliver his too?
We got to put it in the mail.
See, you know what, David, you owe us. You know, because man, you've gotten yours delivered. Okay, come on, man. All right, Dana Dane. Thank you. Oh, Raven, you're very welcome. Mark, make a list of winners so I can keep up. Miss Jackie, you know, in the same way I keep saying Mika and Micah, you know, and messing things up, I'm one of those dudes that is not organized.
But did someone say that's how you say it in Hebrew?
Yeah. But if you go up to him and say Micah, I mean,
it's Mika.
Or Mika, he's going to say it's Micah. Okay. It's kind of like you go up and then people say, is your name spelled with a K or a C? It's like a K.
I mean, you can spell it both ways.
So, I don't know. You know, but people are always trying to catch it and say, oh, you're an idiot. You're just lazy. No. It's like, look, dude, you have to understand something. I played football a long time ago. And I know you're thinking, yeah, you wore a leather helmet, didn't you? No, it's close. But when I played football, I want to tell you, concussion, you know what they determined for us to have a concussion back in the day? If you were bleeding out the ears, they would say, oh, he got a concussion.
That's not what a concussion is.
Well, you can. So a really severe concussion, you will bleed. You can bleed from the ears. But basically, if you weren't bleeding from the ears, you ain't got no concussion. I'm being dead serious. I know I had a concussion because we used to actually say, oh man, I saw a blue, you know, the blue dots. It was a blue dot hit, man. Okay. And by that, you hit somebody so hard that you literally see blue spots. Okay. I've had it, you know, where I've hit people, boom, and you see these blue spots.
That'll mess you up too.
But when I first walked on at JMU as a nose guard, and understand, if you're a nose guard, show nose guards love. Quentin Bohannon, show the man love, because you don't understand. As a defensive tackle, pretty much, you know, you're dealing with the tight end and the tackle. That's it. That's what you're rushing from the outside. Very rarely is anything coming from the other side. Everything is coming from the inside at you. Okay? It's still violent as hell. It's still, anywhere on the field is violent. But there's no place that is more violent being that nose guard.
It's not about being violent. It's about being effectively violent.
Well, okay. What I'm trying to tell you is you getting hit from every damn direction. See, when I played football, you have the clipping zone now. The clipping zone. They used to teach us the high-low block, okay? When you go after the nose tackle, the guard's job was hit the guy right there in the knee. Let the center hit him up high. That way, take his legs out. If you rip up his knee, you don't have to worry about him the rest of the game. That was the philosophy back then. You're getting hit by the guard, the center, the fullback, the tight end. Your head literally has to be on swivel. But I remember 300-pound Adam Burkett. And when I think about it, it makes my ear ring. I remember it when it happened, or going up to it. Guard went off to the linebacker, center crossed my face, other guard went to the other linebacker, and I look up and I see Warren Marshall, nickname was Shades. He was about a 6'1" running back, about 230 pounds. And I'm thinking I'm going to tackle him. I stand up in the hole, and Adam Burkett, the tackle, does an influence block and hits me in the ear hole and launches me sideways. And that's when I remember getting hit. The next memory was the coach standing over me and seeing literally the stars spinning over my head and Coach Jones' finger in my face saying, never stand up in the hole. I'm wobbly. I'm seeing stars. Get back out there. So back then, it's a lot different than now. There was no tent or, doctor on the sideline saying, you ain't bleeding in the ears, get out there. That's literally how it was.
Now they make you, even if you're don't have a concussion, they'll make you stay out for at least one play.
Right. Well, and also too,
when they check you.
Listen, even the special teams. Okay, my job, I lined up right next to the kicker. I was a wedge buster, which meant I had to run 40 yards downfield and run into 5 fat guys that are trying to run up there and just basically sacrifice your body to stop them. There is no wedge anymore in football.
Yeah, because it's dangerous.
That's right. So when you hear me say Micah, and all that, let's call the whole thing off, my brain's been scrambled. I'm serious. My brain has been scrambled from playing, and that's not even making it to the pros. That's just college football.
The pros, a lot of those guys are messed up.
Mark sorry. I'm sitting there with Mike. Thank you. See, my brain scrambled there, Maxim. My brain scrambled. So forgive me when I make mistakes, and that's where I say I'm not real organized. I've got bits and pieces of paper all over the place. I'll write down my list, but I'll forget the list and things. So bear with me, okay? I'm an old guy that's got some hard miles on him and things, but I am lovable. Even you trolls will admit, I love going to Mark's show. I hate his team, but I love being there. Oh, always a lady. I hope you've been doing good. I haven't seen you too much in a while. I get worried when I don't see people. I haven't seen Dr. Phil for a while, so I send him an email to say, hey, Dr. Phil, I know you're a psychiatrist. Do you need to sit on my couch? He's like, no, I'm good. I'm on vacation. It's my birthday. I was like, oh, happy birthday. So with that being said, you got anything else to add? Cowboys go back to work, I think, tomorrow for OTAs. The holiday weekend's over with. It's time to get back to work. It's going to be June. And we're 100 days, 22 hours, 2 minutes, and 10 seconds away from kickoff against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, cool. Then it's time to get your shot glass ready. Oh, but wait, hold up.
What? Why did we get a wide receiver? Why did we get a wide receiver? Are you? Why did we get a wide receiver?
Exactly. Why'd you get a wide receiver? You got a quarterback that can't throw worth crap. Oh, man. All right, y'all. Get your shot glass ready so we can get these shots up. And that is when I get my cursor over here. Get your shot glass ready. What's up, my Cowboys family? He says hello to you. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here and being part of the show. Hopefully, everybody gets home safe, and tomorrow we get back to work. I'm Mark Holmes, and as always, what the heck? That's not right. We're about to do Philly 500 for some reason slipped in there.
Well, you can do Philly 500 again.
Where's turn out the lights? Because this party's over. Philly 500 trying to sneak in there again.
Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next
You're gonna find AJ Boomer.